Hello guys, it's Easter Monday and will soon be Easter Tuesday. Well, not Easter Tuesday, it's currently Easter Monday, but very soon, sorry, it will be a normal Tuesday. I apologise, okay? And about 4 years ago, I did a video, which I've linked to in the description, where I ate a hot cross bun. Now, I'm going to do a 2025 version of this, and what astonished me when I looked at this is the packaging is absolutely identical. Now, you only get these once a year. Once the season's over, they don't, to my knowledge, do any more for another year, okay? I know sometimes there are some shops that do them all year round, and some people got their own versions, but usually this version's only brought out at during Easter, okay? Now, sadly, depending on your point of view, Pope Francis died today on the 21st of April 2025, and I'm telling you that because I couldn't possibly have known that 4 years ago, okay? Just to show you that this is the same product and also has a best before date of 2025, so I couldn't have bought this in advance and waited 4 years or something. And you'll notice the packaging looks identical to how it did 4 years ago. So let's stop wasting time, and I'm going to eat one in 2025, okay? Now, here I have a hot cross bun, and I'm going to cut it. It's probably easier this way. Now I'm going to cut a slit in it to put some margarine or butter. Okay, so I've cut it open like that, and you'll notice, for those people who don't know what it is and are too lazy, I'll probably give a better description in my other video, but you can see here it's got rice paper on the top, and it's a shape of a plus, which is meant to be the shape of the cross of Christ, believe it or not, and it's associated with Easter, and basically Jesus coming back from the dead or something along those lines. Okay, I'm sure Christians will cringe at me saying that, and you know, they will talk about the resurrection, but anyway, that's how I'm phrasing it, okay? And now I'm going to put some margarine on my knife and put it on this fruit bun. You'll notice in here it's also got, I believe, currants and raisins. You can see it's got what I believe are currants and raisins. Yeah, sultanas, raisins and currants. It's basically got fruity things inside. You can see I put some margarine on, so it's probably not so helpful, but you can see where I haven't. Here, that's got all this fruity stuff, okay? It's basically, as I said, sultanas, currants and raisins all mixed, and it's like a fruit tea bun, but I put this rice paper on, which is what makes it seasonal. Okay, so I put some margarine in there. I'll probably put a bit more in, actually. Yep, lots of margarine on the knife. Normally you plaster this sort of thing with butter and margarine. You put a lot of it on normally. Okay, and there you go. And these are well known and eaten a lot in Britain, but apparently Americans have never really heard of them very much, apparently, which surprised me, according to somebody on YouTube. So there's another one again I haven't eaten yet. Okay, and it is in date, by the way, guys. Okay, so don't worry, it is in date. Okay, now It's now Tuesday, guys. Now it was Monday, now it's Tuesday, so it's not Easter anymore. So I'm eating this when it's no longer Easter. So, uh, so while the food itself isn't out of date, the timing of me eating this is only just out of date. However, I did get a pack of 6 of these, and I gave my mum one of them. I have 2. This is my third. So don't worry. And then I'll probably cover it tastes like in my 4-year-old video. I doubt it's very different. And we'll make this to the same recipe, I believe. I haven't checked because, well, I'm sure I'd have probably thrown the wrapping out by now after 4 years. But you'll notice that the currants and sometimes also in the dough. So it's not just putting it in the top, it's also throughout the dough, as I showed you when I cut it in half. And it's pretty much like a fruit loaf because the sort of fruit bun, it's very similar to a fruit loaf in many ways, but it's a cross between bread and a fruit loaf, which is what it is really. And so these are very popular at Easter, during Easter, okay? And Easter over here lasts between Friday and Monday, okay? And both Friday and Monday are what we call bank holidays, okay? And they're literally called a bank holiday, but they are what other people might call a public holiday. So they're holidays which most people meant to get, but realistically you might find that shops are open during that time. So you may find shops are open because sometimes people go out and buy things during a bank holiday, particularly food shops. But their opening hours might be less. So you might find they shut a lot earlier on the Friday or the Monday because it's a bank holiday. But the comparison other times, okay? You'll probably find around here that if the shop is owned by an Indian or a Pakistani or similar, they won't care. They'll open just for normal times. And there are lots of what we call corner shops around here, are owned or owned by or run by Indians or Pakistanis or things like that. I mean, ethnically, I don't know, if they were born here or not, but ethnically, that's what they are. Okay. Also includes Bangladesh and similar countries. Okay. And they don't tend to care about, so much about the opening times or, respecting Easter and not going home early. They don't really care because they don't really celebrate. It's not their religion, if you like. ethnic Pakistanis tend to celebrate Eid and other Islamic festivals, and the Indians tend to celebrate um, Diwali and things like that, and also some Sikhs, but I'm afraid I can't remember any Sikh festivities off the top of my head, I'm afraid. Sorry, I just can't, okay? So I'm sure they must have some, okay? Um, anyway, that was me eating a hot cross bun, okay? And the first time I did this, it was in I uploaded it in 360p SD. This has been filmed in 720p, what some would call HD ready, even though I know HD has been out for ages now. HD, so it's actually lower quality HD, but it's still apparently HD. I could probably film in 1080p, I'm not sure, but it would probably take forever to upload. So anyway, guys, that was me eating a Tesco hot cross bun. Okay, and so you know, the price, it was roughly just over £1. So it was just over £1. I think it's about £1.05, I believe, for a pack of 6 of these. Okay, so they tell you if you want, you can also heat them or put them in a toast as well if you want to. I don't truthfully bother, but some people do. But you can have them hot or cold. I've never tried that actually. I don't think I've even tried ever heating them. I just had always had them like cold and just put, you know, I don't know if I tried heating them. I may be wrong, but there you go. So maybe I had cold hot cross buns rather than hot cross buns. Anyway, right guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed your Easter if you celebrated it. Bye for now. Bye.